Legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Feel that power of you controlling your breathing. That power that's available to you all the time, wherever you are in life. That power to reconnect to your greatest gift right now. Your presence, your being. Your infinitely intelligent being. The same stuff we're all made of. And with that stuff that we're made of, we can control the most powerful supercomputer in the universe. Your mind. But only you can do it. Only you can control your own mind. So let's do that right now, and let's see the future. Today, our time together, let's see ourselves doing the best we can on every single exercise and stretch. For this is not only the gym that we have available to us right now, in this space wherever we are, but it is also the gym of life, where we grow our minds all the time. Good morning, determination. How is everyone doing today? Another great day. Wherever we are, today for myself, I'm indoors. Maybe you yourself are indoors as well too. Wherever you are, let's go. Let's make this the best gym period we've ever had. It may not be exactly where we want to be. We may not be in school or at work where we really want to be, but wherever we are right now, let's do this to the best of our ability. Here we go, determination, here we go. When I say go, we're going to start jogging on the spot for 1 minute. Ready, and go. And as always, we're thinking about our breathing, focused on our breathing. Feeling that power of us always being able to control our breath. Even when our heart starts beating faster, whether it's through exercise, whether it's through something stressful, something maybe we might be afraid of or we don't like. We get to control our breathing. The same way we get to control our thoughts. And our thoughts affect our feelings. So if we can control our thoughts, we can control our feelings. Almost there, everyone, almost there. Keep going. Keep going, determination, keep going. And stop. All right. You can walk on the spot, or you can walk side to side as you recover your breathing. Always feeling that power of you controlling your breathing. This is the best. What we have right now, wherever you are, you've got your mind and your body in the gym of life. And you get to be your best right now on whatever stretches, exercises we're about to do together. Here we go. Here we go, determination. That's why I love gym. Gym is the best. Grow your mind in the gym of life. Here we go. Let's do 10 shoulder rolls forward. Ready, everyone? Here we go. The best 10 shoulder rolls forward ever. Still controlling our breathing. Shoulders all the way up and around as high as we can towards our ears. And backwards. Again, feel the power of you controlling your body right now. In these simple movements, simple motions, you get to control your body. The way you control your mind, same way. Alright, and let's do arm circles forward, everyone. Arm circles forward, 10 big ones forward. Feeling the joy of our arms moving through space. Alright, and backwards. Excellent. Alright, everyone, let's put our hands on our hips, bend the knees, and side stretch. There we go. 5 on each side. Alright, and let's twist our bodies. Here we go. Feet flat on the floor. 5 on each side. Really thinking about what we're doing. Really trying to feel every part of our body as it's moving in space. Alright, good. Okay, let's do 5 push-ups together. Here we go. 5 push-ups. Best 5 push-ups. Again, if you got to keep your knees on the ground, that's okay. Just do your best, always. And 5 sit-ups. Excellent. And staying up. 5 squats. Here we go. Body straight ahead, looking straight ahead. All the way down, all the way up. Alright. Let's do 3 lunges on each side. Here we go. Arms out. Still controlling our breathing. Alright, and let's do a 10-second plank. Belly's knees off the ground. Again, feeling the joy of you pushing your body a little bit outside its comfort zone. Because you know that's where the growth is. Alright, everyone, and standing up. Reach for the ceiling on your toes. Or the sky if you're outdoors. Today I happen to be indoors. If you're outdoors, reach for that sky. If you're indoors, reaching for that ceiling. We may not touch it yet, or ever, but we're going to reach, we're going to strive. Just like we do in life, no matter what. Okay, now reach for your toes. Again, it's okay if you don't touch your toes, but keep your knees straight. Reaching for your toes. Feeling the pull in the back of your leg. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Alright, come on up. And
in the night I lie and look up at you. When the morning comes I watch you rise. There's a paradise they couldn't capture. That bright infinity inside your eyes.
매일 밤 내게 날아가 잃은 것도 잊은 채 나 웃으며 너를 만나 Never ending forever baby You are my universe and I just want to put you first You are my universe and you make my whole life inside
어둠이 내겐 더 편했어
우주에 놓은 또 다른 세상을 만들어주는 걸 너는 내 별이자 나의 호주니까 지금 이 시련도 결국엔 잠시니까 너는 언제까지나 지금처럼 밝게만 빛나줘 우리는 너로 따라 이긴 밤을 수놓고 너와 함께 날아가 When I'm without you I'm crazy 자 어서 내 손을 잡아 We are made of each other baby You are my universe and I just want to put you first
Suarez fires it to Messi. Messi past one. Oh, and past the goalkeeper. Magical, magical Messi.
Good morning, guys. One of the most amazing things we can do as human beings, as Maya Angelou reminds us today, is we can turn our struggles into triumphs. We can take defeats, losses, pain, evil, and through the power and control of our mind, we can turn it into our greatest victories, our greatest moments in life, our greatest service to others. So let's remember this advice from Maya Angelou today. It's up to you. If you are willing to look at some of the moments in your life that have caused you the most pain, the most darkness, and use your powerful mind, your thinking, and go perhaps alone and go into deep thought as she did to learn from other human beings, you can flip it and turn it all around and create the most powerfully positive force in this world that comes from you and is shared with others. Let's apply this today and forever. Have a great morning, everyone.
How do you get people to care about something boring like life insurance? It's not sexy, there's a lot of math, and it mostly just scares people. The key is to change your perspective as well as your audience's perspective. You're not just talking about finance. You're solving people's existential money fears. Inflation, taxes, losing wealth. These are deeply emotional pain points that people feel every day, but they don't understand how to fix them. You've got the solution. But it's all about packaging it in a way that hits them in the gut first and educates them second. Here's the hack. Tie your messaging into what's happening in the world. People don't wake up thinking about whole life insurance. They wake up thinking, why am I spending $11,000 more this year? Or how do I protect my family's future with all this economic chaos? You're fighting an uphill battle for attention against trending news, inflation, and cultural shifts. So ride those waves. Find the headline of the day, whether it's inflation spikes, new tax laws, or celebrities losing half their fortune, and then pivot to show how your solution is the ultimate defense. People need to feel the pain first before they appreciate the value of the cure. You're not just a business owner. You're a storyteller with a mission to teach. Keep pushing the narrative that you care deeply about their financial education. It's not about the product. It's about peace of mind. Every story you tell, every piece of advice that you give, it's solving a bigger problem they didn't even realize they had. That's how you go from good to legendary and sell the unsexy. Watch me guide Jason through this process in this interview. I hope it helps you reach more people who need your help too. Believe.
My name's Jason Lowe, headquartered out of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I am the chairman of the Lowe Family Group of Companies, and we've been operating the past 16 years. This entrepreneurial journey has been nothing short of incredible, including the challenging times too. I was born and raised in a small mining and forestry community, Timmins, Ontario. I grew up in the early 80s when interest rates peaked. My parents argued a lot about money. They didn't have anyone to mentor or to coach them on how to not lose it. You know, accumulating money is one thing, but not losing it is an entirely different skill set altogether. So growing up in that environment was, it was really painful at times and was really difficult. My older sister and I had to, you know, observe my parents arguing a lot about money and stressing about that. And having had the opportunity in my early 20s to relocate to Western Canada right out of college, I began to be mentored by some really wonderful leaders, people who were kind enough and generous enough with their time and their wisdom and their knowledge to help me along and to help coach me and mentor me. And that gave birth to my inspiration to want to become an entrepreneur. My first year as an entrepreneur, at the end of my first year, after all of the expenses were taken care of, I had net income of a whopping $186. I was scared. And I wanted to go back to that comfy corporate lifestyle and career. And my wife, Rebecca, credit to her, we have 4 beautiful children. She is incredible. I wouldn't even be talking to you today without her. She said something to me that served as the best motivation I've ever received. She said, Jason, I don't care if you make minimum wage at Walmart or you make a fortune. Either way, I'm going to love you just as much. Nothing will change as it relates to my support and my love for you. That was a spark that tipped a domino over and has now culminated into 12 companies as part of the Lowe family group of businesses, which cumulatively are going to do more than 50 million in revenue this year.
Here with Jason Lowe, coming in for the mastermind, spending some days together and having some on-camera time. So give people a little context, what you do, and then how can I help, man?
Sure. Well, my name's Jason Lowe. I'm headquartered in Edmonton, Alberta in Canada, and Tampa, Florida in the United States. And
That's new, that's exciting.
it is, yeah, it's new. It was new as of January, and it's been absolutely incredible. I was blessed to found all 12 companies in our Lowe family group of businesses, but our primary business, Ascendant Financial here in Canada, operating as Life Eva in the United States, specializing in the process of becoming your own banker, the infinite banking concept for the past 16 years. And so it's just been an incredible journey, but credit to all my teammates for all the progress that we're making, and shout out to all my teammates. I appreciate you very much. You're the reason why I'm sitting here. And
Who gets the extra special shout out? Only one person, though.
that would be my wife, Rebecca.
Okay, well, that's what about on the team? That's an easy answer. What about someone on the team?
Someone on the team, I would say Jennifer Colliday, my director of operations.
Okay, let's go Jennifer.
Her and I have known each other for the past 28 years, and we spent a lot of time working together in our professional careers, and she's just been absolutely remarkable, a razor sharp operator. But she isn't available for anybody else out there, by the way.
Yeah. Jennifer, we're hiring. So, drop my email afterwards. I'm just stirring the pot because you are you're one of the most humble, successful people that hang out with. So,
Well, thank you for that compliment.
Yeah.
I'm just the sum parts of everyone who's mentored me. And
there it is.
honestly, and you know, it's I'm not naive to think that I would ever be personally responsible for the success that we're achieving.
Yeah.
You know, it's not some cliche or, you know, placating. I mean, I really do give credit to my teammates because they're responsible for where we are, and they enable me to operate my unique ability, which just is rocket fuel really for the growth of our businesses and attracting great people and making sure that we have the right plans and tracking and measurement and accountability, and that we're all being a hero to the same people that we serve, you know, each and every day in both countries now.
Yeah. So amazing. So what's up? How can I help?
Well, YouTube. YouTube is, our channel's grown since you and I first met through the Genius Network, and you were a giver right from the get-go, without any expectation of anything in return, and I respect that. Our channel's grown to 10,000 subscribers here in Canada, but we've now begun to let Americans know who we are and how we serve and the problems that we solve for people. And that channel has so much more potential than what we're presently achieving with it. And so over these next couple of days, I'm really looking forward to just being coachable, being a sponge, asking a lot of great clarifying questions so that I can go back to my team and we can amplify that channel to reach more people who need this solution, which is the process of becoming your own banker, the infinite banking concept.
How much of it is different, Canada, US?
The tax treatment.
Okay.
Yeah, the tax treatment of the tool that's used to implement the process. So that's one of the things that I think we do an exceptional job at in educating the marketplace, that there's a distinction between what you're buying versus what you're implementing. So the process of becoming your own banker, the essence of it is to control how you finance all the things that you need throughout your lifetime to shield wealth, especially if you're even the least bit effective at accumulating it. We all know that the government's hovering over our assets with a giant knife and fork waiting to devour them. And so the tool that's used to implement this process, dividend paying, participating whole life insurance contracts, ideally with a mutual company, these contracts provide a number of advantages that are the greatest exemption that exists in the tax code in both countries today.
Yeah.
You know, people can contribute almost unlimited sums of money, have ready access capital on demand on their terms without reducing the asset's value and without triggering any taxable event. And so that creates a very peaceful, stress-free way of life when you can get the bankers out of your life and control how you're financing all the things that you need, including investments, business acquisition, property, vehicles, appliances, you name it. Anything that you would otherwise pay cash, lease, or finance. Presently, for most people that we encounter, the overwhelming majority, all that money that they use to pay for all of those things is flowing through their hands. We change that so the money's flowing into their hands, not through it. And we get the government out of the way in the process, all fully compliant with both countries' tax laws and the treatment of the tool.
What's happening right now in culture, in the news cycle, that you have a perspective on that could connect to this?
People are spending a lot more money than they ever have for food.
And let's balance. Grab one leg, find that balance, bend the other knee. Well done, everyone. Keep going. Keep thinking about what you're doing right now. And switch. Again, feel the pull on the front of the thigh. Bend the other leg. Find that balance. If you lose it, just try to work hard to get it back and then hold it there. Excellent. All right, now let's hug our knee. Here we go, all the way up. And try to steady that other foot on the ground. Bend the knee if you have to and pull all the way up. Hold it for 10. Always working hard to find that balance. Where we balance our thoughts, our mind, balance our bodies, wherever we are in space. All right, and switch. Just always think of safety too. Make sure you have enough space, clearance around you, in case you do lose your balance. Hold it there. Well done. Okay, good. And let's sit down, everybody. And reaching for our toes. Straight knees again. Reaching is what matters. If you don't get to your toes, that's okay as long as you're reaching. Feeling the pull on the back of your legs. Not the pain, just a little bit of a pull. Okay, V shape with your legs. Now reach for the floor as far away from your body as you can. Hold it there for 10 seconds. Okay, now reach for one side and hold it there again. Always thinking about the moment, thinking about what we're doing right now. Experiencing the joy of being able to reach for something to help our bodies get better. And switch the other side. See, you can do this almost anytime, any place. You can work on your mind and your body wherever you go in life, in everything you do, not just in exercise and stretches. All right, here we go. And let's do feet together. Gently push your knees down with your elbows and hold it there for 10 seconds. If you feel your breathing going on autopilot or becoming automatic again, take control of that. Deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. One leg forward, one leg back. Keep the knee on the ground, go as far back as you can. Hold it there. 10 seconds. And switch to the other side. Knee on the ground, go as far back as you can. Always remembering that you are the boss of your mind, and your mind is the boss of your body. That makes you the big boss. You get to control yourself. You get to use your determination no matter what. All right. And let's roll onto our bellies and push the floor. Looking up at the ceiling. Cobra stretch. Here we go. Hold it for 10 seconds. Feeling that nice stretch in our lower back, neck, back of our arms. All right, and legs crossed, back straight, eyes closed. Taking deep, long breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And now, activating that third eye, that mind's eye that we all have. We can't see it, but we know it's there. So use your mind's eye right now to see yourself doing the best you can today when that music goes on whatever 2 exercises, stretches you've chosen to do. For me, today I'm going to be holding the push-up position for one song, the first song, and then I'm going to be holding the squat position for the second song, as long as I can. And if I happen to let go or not be able to hold it, I'm going to continue on until that song's over. What about you? You can put on your own 2 songs today, and you can do your own exercises. But think about which exercises you're going to do right now, safely within the space you have. You can do what I'm doing. You can listen to what I'm listening to, or you can choose your own. But whatever you do, determine right now, see in your mind what you will do when that music goes on. All right, determination, here I go, holding the push-up position, and let's go, whatever you're doing, whatever you've decided, let's see it, let's see your best, here we go together, let's go, determination, let's go. Looking forward to being better than we were last time, a little bit more than last time. See if I can hold it for the whole song, let's see. Wasn't able to do it last time we did this together. Or the last time I did it on my own, but I'm going to work at it right now. Because I love the process of trying to get better at something. Whether it's building strength in my body, building strength in my mind, working on creating nothing but positive images, thoughts, visions in my mind, working on being the best human being I can be. What about you? What is it for you? Whatever it is, just enjoy the process of learning, growing together, whatever we're doing. And sometimes we're going to feel that discomfort. Like right now, I can already feel my muscles already uncomfortable. But then I can feel my determination saying, I get to determine whether I'm going to stop or keep going, no matter what. You too, let's go, determination, let's go. All right. Then get through the whole song, but I'm gonna get right back at it again. Song's not over. Gotta keep going. There we go. Shaking it up. Not being mad that we didn't get to where we want to be yet, but feeling happy that we get to go at it again. Here we go. Always thinking about our breathing. Always thinking about finishing strong, no matter what. Always going right to the end, finishing what we set out to do, no matter what. All right. Got more in me. I know I got a little bit more. We gotta keep going. You too, whatever you're doing, keep going. Determination, keep going. Let's go. It's not over yet. The song's still playing. Focus on that breathing. Good air in. Bad air out. Here we go. Another round. Oh, I love it. I love the process of building our true great self through exercising our bodies and our minds together. Oh, that's the next song, all right.
easy turn for Messi. Pass to Salva. On to Pedro. Back to Messi! Hat-trick! Lionel Messi!
Good afternoon, guys. How's it going today? Are we taking our defeats, are we taking our struggles and turning them into triumphs, or at least thinking about it? If we're not, or haven't had some success today, don't give up. This is where belief and determination steps in. This is where you have to remind yourself of how powerful your thoughts are. So go back at it again. If the day's not over for you, or if you are simply thinking about something that has happened, remember, you have a chance to learn from it now, but you have to believe that you can learn from it. You have to never give up on thinking about how you can learn from it. And that will turn this defeat, this loss, this pain that you may be going through, this challenge, it'll turn it into a victory. And it'll continue to build and build. But just don't give up and continue to believe that you can do it. Have a great afternoon, everyone.
Groceries, utilities, everything. Inflation, courtesy of the federal governments and the central banks, has put people in a really bad situation financially, and people are fed up with it, and they're looking for a better way to achieve their financial objectives, to turn their financial goals into achievable realities, and actually build the premise that they're making progress toward that without government reaching into their pocket and taxing them erroneously, and without, having to deal with the stomach churning ups and downs of stock markets and investments that go sideways. And we don't deal with that. Our clients have never contacted us to say, gosh, I'm really pissed off that my cash values in my participating whole life insurance policies keep growing every day, and I'm in a position of total and absolute control.
Is there a headline that you've seen recently that connects?
Yes. Canadians in particular, as well as Americans, are spending 43.5% of their gross household income on taxes, and families are going to spend $11,000 additional dollars just to feed their families this year than they did in years past.
And was that like an article in the Globe and Mail or something?
Yeah. Globe and Mail, Wall Street Journal, they're all running these pieces that are pointing out the obvious.
Yeah.
People are sick and tired, and they know that there's something fundamentally wrong with the financial system, but they just can't quite put their finger on it.
Yeah.
It's because nobody's explained the problem. You're doing all the work to earn your income, and everyone else is getting all your money.
And how much content are you making right now?
Pardon me?
Is it daily? What's your schedule? Your content release schedule?
Every day.
It is daily. Okay.
Yeah.
And did you make a video about that article?
Not yet.
What's interesting is you do a lot of work and a lot of care to educate. Like, you care that people get it. Right?
Absolutely.
It's not just, hey, this is going to work for you and we're going to give you all this fancy mumbo jumbo financial talk and like confuse you and get frustrated. Right? Like, you, and I've been talking to you, like you deeply care that the person actually understands what it is that they're doing, because it's a weird idea for most people, and they have zero financial education. And I think it's awesome. But the education component of like how much you care really matters. In terms of expansion, obviously the U.S. audience is going to be way bigger for you ultimately than the Canadian.
Yes.
You have more history, track record, success in Canada, but the U.S. market's like, this is going to dwarf in 10 years what you're going to do in Canada.
Very true.
The trick with something that is so evergreen, like what you're doing, is making it contextually relevant to the culture right now.
Right.
So I would look at two ideas, and we'll spend the next couple of days like diving deeper into looking at your content and analytics and all that, which is I always love doing and we geek out over. But I would, as a thinking model going into the next 2 days, what are the financial topics you can talk about where this connects? Because when you say like whole life insurance, what? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying. You're speaking it's a different language.
Right.
When you say inflation, people will understand a little bit. They know that the price has gone up. It's a buzzword, and they don't really know how it works. But if you can tie your thing, which nobody understands, to something that everybody's talking about and help them understand, then we're wrapping our education ain't something people care about right now. Because if we wrap it into just whole life insurance and taxes, it's an evergreen thing, but it's not top of my mind. But if you wrap it into a news story that's coming out that, hey, I'm paying $13,000 more, or whatever the number was, what was it?
$11,000.
$11,000 more, and that's a headline. Like, I care that I'm spending $11,000 more. How do I solve that problem? What do you have? What's it called? With life and what? Then it becomes more interesting. So you're making it contextually relevant, and so it gains more interest.
Right.
So I'd look at any, like if you're doing a regular series, I'd have a weekly series that connects to a financial article, because there's also how much can you talk about the same thing over and over and over and over again? Like daily content for 3 years, you're like, I don't know what else I'm going to freaking talk about right now. It's the same stuff, right? And luckily, it's not just you. You have your team. They're coming in. They're educating.
Yeah.
And you do tributes to Nelson Nash and like other things too. But making the education relevant to what's happening in society right now in the language that they understand is going to attract a much bigger audience than just the people who are already searching about life insurance. Mm-hmm. So as an exercise, as a challenge to think of a weekly piece of content, and I would default to American as long as you have capacity right now to handle clients. Like if you're full capacity or you're still scaling up team, then maybe Canada first. But Canadians care about what's happening in America. Americans don't care what's happening in Canada.
Right.
Like it's not
Just America's largest gated community.
It's too instant. Like we sell to America. Americans don't care about selling to Canada. Most of them, because there's so much opportunity in America. And same thing, like they don't worry about selling to Europe or selling anywhere else. Where we're an export economy, so like we focus a lot. So they wouldn't care about a Canadian article that it costs $11,000 more or whatever. But connecting to them matters a lot more.
Right.
A Globe and Mail article doesn't matter, but a Wall Street Journal, New York Times, whatever, right? So default into America as long as you can handle the capacity of deal flow. But a good challenge of a weekly video talking about something that's happening in the news, and you can bring it up on screen and say, yeah, you know why you're going to lose $11,000 this year? Because of X, Y, Z. And listen, we're not in the fear-mongering business. We're in the saving you money business. And the way out is what's called a whole life insurance policy.
Time for some squats, holding the squat position. What about you? What are you gonna do next? Let's go, determination. Here we go. Ready? All right. If you're doing what I'm doing, just try to keep your feet flat on the floor, looking straight ahead, going as far down as you can, your bottom towards the ground, and holding it there as long as you can until that music's done. Because our music, you know the truth, our music's never done. Our energy, our determination is built to last, to get through anything. Let's go, determination, let's go. If you're sweating, that's good. Feel your body releasing some of that fluid, some of that old fluid, and water. Make sure you drink lots of water when we're done. Make sure you always fill your body with good food. All right.
It's like I'm living a dream, but it's how everyone feels. We all unite with one feel. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite. Ah yeah, ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our. This is the time of our. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. I love this moment right now. No one can take it away. So let it happen and how. It's why I cherish each day. So let's wave our hands. We can sing, we can dance. We are strong, hold on tight. From afar we unite.
Here we go.
Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. What we see, destiny. Realize now we all know the greatest. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our lives. Ah yeah, here we go, ah yeah. This is the time of our.
Good run on the blind side by Suarez. Messi.
Good evening, guys. One of the most exciting things that drives me every single day to continue living, laughing, and loving my way to infinite mind wealth, and the reason why I'm trying to share my journey in life with you in the hopes of helping you, is because I know that we can take our struggles and turn them into our triumphs. We can take our pain and turn it into our greatest pleasure. And I want to share with you my personal story briefly. The reason why I'm so passionate about the power and control of our minds and how I believe it's possible is because I've had challenges with regards to my mind. I've had struggles. I've had pains, defeats in life, but I'm using them as fuel now. And I want you to as well. And I've learned from so many people that have done that. So if they can do it, we can do it. So let's continue that as we're on our path. Have a great evening, everyone.
Here's how it works in as simple terms as possible. And then you get to the education.
Yeah.
But I care about the education because I'm upset at the thing. I'm attracted to something already in a news cycle. That should be relatively easy, I would think,
Yeah.
for you guys to do. The next stretch that I'd love you to think about too is what else is happening in culture outside of financial news that might make sense, right? So, I don't know the latest sports contract that somebody signed, but is there a basketball player or hockey player or somebody who signed like a giant contract recently?
There are several.
So I don't even know who, but if we take Mike Trout just signs whatever deal, right? If that's popping right now and everybody's talking about Mike Trout's huge deal, you could then make a video. It's like, yeah, and he's going to lose X to taxes.
That's a great suggestion. I didn't.
You know what Mike Trout needs to do? Here's what I would do if I was advising Mike Trout. If I was his advisor, here's the team I would build, and here's how I would put him in a plan, and this is what it would look like. And now instead of him losing $100 million of taxes, he's going to end up with blank. And it's the same stuff you teach.
Yeah.
It's the same model. You're going to still educate. You're going to train me. It's going to be exciting and interesting.
Just a different vantage point.
It's just a story you're telling me now is wrapped in something that's in culture right now.
Okay.
So Mr. Beast just came out that he made like $900 million last year or something like that, right? Great. How does he? Here's how I would protect Mr. Beast's investment. So we would get him whole life. It's like, because people are talking about that, but they're not talking about whole life insurance plans. And so the education becomes basically the same each time. Like, is your advice for Mr. Beast that different than the advice for Mike Trout? Maybe, like Mike Trout is an employee, so the arrangement might be a little different compared to Mr. Beast, who has his own business, might have different structures that could work.
You're dealing with the same income and tax issue and money leaving the family issue, just at a different level. There's just a few extra zeros behind it.
Right.
But it's the same problem.
You're telling stories around things that people care about right now. And if you're talking about legacy and family, that might be different to somebody who's older versus somebody like if Mike Trout also just had a baby. Cool. And by the way, if he wants to leave anything significant to little Lester here, he should be doing blank. But because people are talking about Mike Trout and this giant deal that he just signed, now your thing becomes a lot more interesting. And then you start attracting people who are like that. Maybe Mike Trout sees it. It's like, wait a minute, what am I doing? But other athletes who have income might see that. Other people who are making a lot of money might see that and say, okay, well, I don't know what, like most professional athletes go broke once they're done because they've invested in the worst. I got this deal for you. Let's start some car washes or whatever. And like, they don't know how to manage their money and they end up going broke.
That's right.
So you could be giving solutions. So what is happening in culture that then you can, it's a little bit of a stretch, right?
Yeah.
Now we're not just taking front page business news, we're taking front page news. What's happening on the front page and how can we tie it to whole life insurance?
That's awesome.
Right? And you can have some fun with it. You might get, I don't know how controversial you want to get with it, right? Like if everybody's talking about Biden and Trump being, the oldest presidents in history running for office, either one will be like the oldest in whatever. Cool. It's like, hey, these guys are both going to die soon. And if I was running Biden's family or Trump's family, here's what we would do. So it's like, because people are talking about that, now we're making our thing more interesting. So every piece of advice needs a story. Every story needs some advice. So you have all the advice, and it's hard to like not get tired of just saying the same advice. So we need story, and the story you're telling is often a client story without saying names, or like somebody wrote in and asked this, or we get this question. Those are great stories, but the story could be better if it's an actual story, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's the front page of New York Times today, but how do you, and it might require some extra like stretching, but I'd love to see you over the next, 2 days, think of some stuff that then we could braynstorm. We even pull up
You
New
can
York
expect
Times.
that to happen.
Yeah, I know you take action. It's going to be great. One thing I love about you is like you give him a little bit and you give him a couple seeds and he plants a forest, which is great. You go and do the work. But that's kind of next, especially now that you can go to the US.
Yeah.
Because you were always limited by Canada. And the fact that you can hit North America now is a huge opportunity for you.
It certainly is.
Right? But the level of ignorance around this stuff is equally as high. They're not learning this in school.
No.
Nobody's talking about financial education, period. Like just financial education.
do bank accounts work? Let alone, we don't believe in banks anymore. We're going to be our own bank. Like, what are you even saying, Jason? Is this illegal? Am I going to go to jail? Right? It's like the basic level of financial education is not there, let alone the fancy stuff that you do that takes a lot of, that's possible? How is that not illegal, right?
Yeah.
So the education side is super important. And stories is how a lot of people learn. How do we tell better stories? And there could also be like the passions and interests of your team. Like maybe your team, one member is really into basketball, and so he breaks down how to do the different contracts, look at the contract database, you know, or however much Taylor Swift made last year. You know, what should she do to save on her taxes and set up her family for success for generations?
That's a brilliant idea.
Right?
Yeah.
And just being creative on whatever news story. I mean, now back to Canada, like the whole estate tax change, right? That's more, that was like a business story that hit front page. How do we deal with that business tax situation, right? And so like, I'm already thinking about it, but now I see a video of you talking about it and explaining why and educating, where most people in your space, quite frankly, are really bad at educating.
Well, they lead with product and service first, not educating.
Yes, and it's like the empathy is the wrong word because I believe they care, but it's like the time to sit with somebody and explain it and like actually care that they get it instead of, it's like we get these floors installed and somebody cleans these floors every week. And I don't know what products to use, and I don't. As long as it gets done,
Yeah.
I don't care. But you like need me to understand how it works. You like take it an extra level. It's like no. We're not just going to sell you the thing that will work. I need you to understand how it works and why it works.
Oh, and the reason is that unless you understand the problem, the solution just won't matter to you.
That's your superpower.
Yeah.
Most people don't take that level of interest. And it's frustrating for a lot of people to sit there and like, I have to tell you again. And so they just default to not doing the education because it's too complicated and too frustrating, and it still works anyway, so just go and do it. But like, you don't want to do that.
No.
And you'll take 14 extra calls with somebody to like make sure they get it. And your team is the same way. Like, they have to get it. I need you to understand why we use this wax on this floor, right? Because it's more than wax on the floor, it's your whole life.
Exactly.
And it's like your generational wealth that you're creating.
Absolutely.
Right? That's different about you than most of the people in your space.
Well, thank you.
Right? And so letting that come out in the content and wrapping it into more relevant stories, I think is a nice little unlock bonus that I'd love to see come into the content.
Well, you'll see it.
I know.
To watch me coach another entrepreneur, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll love it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there. Every entrepreneur hits that wall where you feel like more time will fix it. But here's the thing. Time is never the issue. It's clarity. It's choosing the right moves that matter most.
And here we are again. Back to where it all begins. Where it all begins and never ends. That source, that oneness, that consciousness, that awareness. That we know is in all of us. That power to determine, to control our minds. You see, nobody else, nothing else in this universe can do what you do every day. gym of life. Only you, human being, only you, infinitely intelligent being, can do the ultimate. Only you can control your mind, your thoughts, and therefore your feelings. But it takes a lot of hard work. It takes, first of all, believing that you can do it. If you don't believe in yourself, your mind health, your chance at mind wealth is not possible. But that's not the way it was meant to be. You were born to win. Control over your mind, your thoughts. To have and be all you were meant to be. And that means believing 100% in who you really are. And that is the key to your mind health and your mind wealth, your happiness, your freedom, your success, your infinite peace and love towards everything and anything. It's possible. It's all because of you, your determination, united with all of our determination, creates that oneness, that consciousness, determination. And that's why I love you, determination, wherever you are. I miss you, I miss being in your presence, but here today, we united. We enjoyed this process fully. And the way we do or did this is the same way we can do anything, including being the best for all those around us, wherever we are right now. So keep going, determination. Keep working on controlling your mind. Because that's for all your health, mind health, your happiness, your freedom, all your love that can never be taken away. I love you, everyone. Have a great week. Until the next time.